What inspired the outfit this morning?
Today is a global day of play, and I wanted something a lot more comfortable because I'm wearing a jumper. So it's like a trouser joined to a blouse. And
the Global Day of Play equally inspired my outfit this morning. You see me, I look sharp. I don't look very corporate. I look,
a bit relaxed.
A little bit relaxed, yes. Of course. Now, Odette Tatangmo, there was a time when childhood didn't need instructions. Kids went outside and figured it out.
Definitely.
They ran until they were out of breath, turned sidewards into games, climbed trees without thinking twice,
yes.
And built entire worlds out of nothing but imagination and a few friends nearby. Absolutely. The noise wasn't notifications, it was laughter. Today the picture looks different. Screens replaced streets. Silence replaced chaos. Connection became digital. Children can now access the entire world from a device, learn faster, see more, connect globally, and yet somehow spend less time actually being in the world around them. At the same time, the environment has changed too. Less green, more noise, less space to just exist freely. So this isn't just about a story about technology, it's about balance. Because, Odette Tatangmo, the problem isn't screens themselves, it is what they quietly replaced: movement, spontaneity, and real connection. Maybe the answer isn't going backward, but choosing differently. More time outside, more unplanned moments, more simple play.
Yeah.
Because childhood was never meant to be fully scheduled or fully digital. It was meant to be lived.
I love your intro because you're definitely involving current times and past times, of right? Course. And we cannot talk about Global Day of Play without the aspect of the influence and impact of technology.
Of course.
Yeah, so definitely today it's a wonderful day to celebrate playing. Playing in all its terms, ramifications, expressions, yes, because there's intellectual play, there's imaginative play, there are all type of plays out there, yes. But something that I think we need to also specify is that when it comes to play, I discovered that there are different celebrations across the world. So today we're focusing on Global Day of Play, which is celebrated every 27th of August. There is also World Play Day, also recognized by the UN, even Global Day of Play recognized by the UN. There's also World Play Day in school. So coming this academic year, there is a specific day globally where schools are supposed to be playing. Children in schools are supposed to be playing. So I love the way that we are respecting this particular expression of life, whereby we should not take away, you know how they say, the English say, reading without playing makes Jack a dull boy, right? And we tend to think that it's not true, but it's actually a very true statement, especially with the type of children we have nowadays who are very smart and they are just so used to just being by themselves and satisfying themselves with a phone. They need to go back to interacting and playing. So today we are going to focus on a few games, not necessarily because we can say in Cameroon we can own certain games. No, we do not have that capacity to necessarily own a game, especially in Africa, because a lot of them are intertwined in our history and the spread of globalization and moving, internal movement, right? But we can say that in Africa, in Cameroon, there are games that are very appropriate to us because every Cameroonian can relate to one thing that I know I played this game or I still play this game. So very first on the list, which is very popular in the Ekan culture in Cameroon, it's Songo. Songo is a game that is very much respected and used to express and spread tradition and culture in this Ekan community, which also spreads in different regions of the country because not only the people from the center or the south play them, but also southwest, northwest, and there's even the national recognition of this game where people go about and make competitions on who is the expert in it or who knows best how to play it. It's a game that is recognized to be intellectual, very strategic, very focused. You have to pay attention. You have to look at what your next opponent is doing. Next, we also have fighting, wrestling. Wrestling is another type of game. Sometimes we see children wrestle and mothers especially can be worried, like, are you going to be violent? But sometimes science says that it's also an expression of like how to contain and control your energy, right? Sometimes it's just play. And I learned this morning from Mafani that in the Southwest, wrestling is also known as pala pala apparently.
Yeah.
And in the North, it's a very huge competitive games where girls and boys compete with each other on how, like, the strongest, who fighting. And it's quite that a type of activity that brings community together. People want to see who from my village is going to win this other village. Yeah, so those are things. Another thing is Doshiba Bush. That's another thing that is very common to and typical in Cameroon schools.
I'm sure that Alice Mbe played dodging.
Yeah.
She was much younger.
You didn't?
No, I tried once. I don't like defeat, so sometimes when I try and I'm beaten, I just shy away.
But guess what? A game like Doshiba Bush helps build teamwork because it's two teams who are opponent to each other. We can decide to be 6. For example, the team of Cameroon feeling French against the team of Cameroon feeling English, right?
What do you think will win?
The English. We are quite flexible over here.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we'll be swift. Somebody like Auntie Ali, she's tall, she can catch the ball, so she's definitely going to run it for us.
What about Eric Ngumu?
He can get the ball. He can go out of the field and get if we aim it too far.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think things like Doshiba Bush builds friendships, builds community, builds healthy competition because you tend to, encourage your component to gather the most slippers and shoes. Your opponent, to gather the most slippers and shoes as the game goes by. Another thing that I think it's important that we mentioned today, which is currently happening in Cameroon, in Yaoundé, and in some other regions from Konsamba to Wom to Bamenda, whereby there is this global organization called Coaches Across Continents. And Coaches Across Continents, these are educators who come to sensitize children and schools to involve and incorporate play in their educational system. So on this International Day in Cameroon, we are currently celebrating. We're supposed to have a guest today, but she came yesterday on one of our evening shows, Laughter Work, and she's inviting all Cameroonians to show up in Yaoundé to play, to spend a day playing, right? Whereby it starts this morning at 8 a.m. and she wants everybody to come and, express themselves and share bond through play and prepare the children that even while they are going to study this academic year, they need to still use playing in order to, edify themselves and build other soft skills that the book is necessarily not enough to give.
All right, Odette Tatangmo, there's a lot we can say about Global Play Day.